So after watching Farron Cousins, I don't know when they upload. I guess this morning or whatnot. I didn't wake up until like 1:13, 1:15 p.m. Because forced to go to sleep real late. You get up real late. But he talks about the DNC rigging the audience, and the way they rigged the audience was simply by making the tickets and seats so expensive that only the richest people around there would be able to go. So when the seats cost roughly $2 and $3 and $4 and $5,000, only those people that can just throw that kind of money away for almost nothing, those are the ones that's going to go. And I'm talking about, when I say throw away for nothing, I'm talking about when they, like, as if the $10 air, not the 1,000 or the 10,000 or the million or the billionaire. I'm talking about that 10 air. All right, that's what I'm talking about. That paycheck to paycheck air. I'm talking about that. So when you can go out and you're like, you know what, today I just want to have some Arby's. You could have cooked at home, but you didn't feel like it. Just it's dreary, or you're tired, or you're just not in the mood. You don't feel like cooking, you don't feel like doing things. So you just go ahead and throw that, $7 to $8 at Arby's for their combo or whatnot. You don't think about that money. And it doesn't necessarily affect you. Literally, as messed up as it is, it's throwaway money. That's really what it is. Think about it. You could have lost that $8 somewhere, and you'd be like, I had $8. Now some people, those real 10 airs, I ain't talking about just the, colloquial 10 airs. I'm talking about those real 10 airs. No, the $8, they gonna turn up a house for that. All right, trust that. All right, they're gonna be talking to people, and they're gonna be thinking about that money for a while. But I'm talking about those in that the upper crust of the 10 airs. That's who I'm talking about. They're the ones that can just kind of throw that money away. They ain't even gonna notice it. They go out to eat, probably 3-4 times a week, maybe 2 to 3 times in a month. And I'm talking about, like, not at a fast food restaurant. I'm talking about, like, they might drop, $13, $14 a plate. So those people are the ones that they aren't going to make it. They're not going to go to the debate stage. So on that debate stage, as reported by Ring of Fire's Farron Cousins, that, the progressive stuff got booed, and Michael Bloomberg and all of this stuff, they got cheered. That's pretty much it. But he didn't deep dive into most of that. And I guess it's just within the context, per se, you could just kind of yank it out. But there's some people that just don't listen to that. They hear the words, they move on to the next video, and that's about it. So I want to put this in the light for you. When it comes to audiences like that, when it comes to rigging things like this, because the DNC just can't help but to keep rigging debates, rigging things. Not very democratic when you have to rig things in certain favors. And yet, as reported by Farron Cousins, Bernie Sanders went in the front runner and left the front runner. But still, these people that go in and they boo people that's watching on TV, as Farron Cousins put it, yes, that's all they know. Paid TV that's all you get. They didn't like this. The audience didn't like that. People are not happy with Bernie's this and this, but they like Bloomberg's this and that. So that's what they'll take away from that. And so on the lips of them that night, this morning, and the next maybe 2 or 3 days will be, well, yeah, you know what? And no one liked Bernie. And I heard that so much for the past almost year. Maybe there's something to it. Maybe there's a reason to not like Bernie. Maybe there's a reason to not like Warren. And I can give you plenty of reasons to dislike Warren. But that's what's going to be on their lips. That's what they're going to talk about. That's what they're going to say. And so because of that, that will affect voting. It will. They are thinking about, these people don't think about their best interests. They don't. They think about how they felt when they heard what they heard. Oh, sure, they might, be on the brink of poverty. They could have medical bills all out the wazoo. They could have so many problems right now financially, physically, emotionally, many problems that someone like Bernie Sanders could definitely solve for them. But that's not what they're going to vote for. They're going to vote for popularity, charisma, not policy. And so if you got people getting booed on stage, I'm like, I don't know if I want to vote for that person. They're not going to think about the policies of that person versus the one that was getting cheered. They just want to go with the one that was cheered. And that's just one part of it. The other part is those that paid for those seats. They've got families. They've probably taken care of those families. And in this country, and any other country, truthfully, honestly, every country, you're taught, you're hardwired, you're brainwashed, you're indoctrinated into somebody has the money, you need to do for them. Not that that person is doing anything for you. Not that the person has done anything for you. Not that that person will do anything for you. But if they got some money, you need to do something. You need to put your best foot forward. Because they hope that that money rubs off on them. They don't, it's not about principle. It's not about character. It's not about standards. It's about that money. And that's how you emotionally feed into the capitalistic system. And I'm talking about the abusive one, because capitalism, in general, basic capitalism, very fettered, very controlled, very regulated, is an awesome thing. Multiple opportunities all over the place to make money and just live decently. But we are in an abusive form of capitalism. That's where we are, and the wealthy know it. So when they look at their family and their friends, and it's like, hey, I might have done this for you, or I might be able to do this for you, or who put this roof over your head, you owe me. And we're taught that. You owe me. Oh yeah, you didn't ask to be born into this world, but I damn sure control what you do in this world. I put that roof over your head. I put food on that plate. You got heating, you got air. You got a decent or decent enough form of living. You need to get in line. Don't bite the hand that feeds you. You didn't ask for this life, but you got it, so you owe me. That's what we're trained. Trained monkeys. Every last human being. Even those rich people are bowing down to richer people. And those richer people are bowing down to wealthier people. That's how that go. Hey, the difference between rich and wealthy, the rich got a whole lot of money. The wealthy are the ones paying them that money. That's the difference. So those people in their family, who do you think they're going to vote for? How do you think they're going to vote? And when you're on the ground level, when you've got barely anything, or you're all right enough, or you're well off enough, middle class, then you're going to side with them because you're not thinking about policy. You're thinking about charisma, feeling. You're thinking about where the audience goes. You're not thinking about where you need to go. And that's why you're called sheep or sheeple, because you're not thinking, you're just following. And we need to start leading. Hey, just like in a comment, just like I've said, but Serenade song, just like that uploader, well, didn't upload it, but just like she said, or he, we've got power, and we give it up all the time. And I've said it for so long, but I'm glad that there's a commenter that has actually said it, on one of my videos, because I'm tired of being the only one to say it. Conquer Thought, he said it too. You watch his videos, definitely he will talk about it. So yes, we need to be the leaders that we are, and we need to make the politicians the public servants that they've always should have been, that they used to be, that they've now corrupted and become leaders because they realize how weak, mentally weak, the sheeple are. We need to be shorn, stand up and say, screw that. Hey, I know it sounds like a naked sheep, but man, I don't care if your danglies are dangling I don't care if your chest is waving. Just get out there and lead. Stop following. Listen to the policy. Ignore the charisma. Ignore the crowd for these people. You've got the power and you should exercise it all day, every day. Sun up, sun down, even in the wee hours. So with that, please, let's start being the leaders that we are and making these public servants serve. They're not our leaders. They should be our followers. This is Cedric Kennedy for Comparative Reasoning. Thank you for listening.